people don't seem to understand. It's kind of like the I could care less crowd. People don't seem to understand language. When you use a term like legend killer, think about what you're saying. Legend killer. Are you not able to pick up the nuance from that phrase? Legend killer. That inherently has a negative connotation to it. Has anyone ever realized that? Legend killer has a negative connotation to the person that phrase is being used for. He's a legend killer. Do you understand what that means? That is, again, like I mentioned in a recent video, using a term like that is like saying of somebody, man, they could take a beating. That has a negative connotation. That dude could take a punch. Why is he getting hit though? That dude has a strong chin. Oh, he must be getting hit. That's how you found that out. He's a legend killer. Oh, so he's fighting old dudes. He's fighting dudes that we're already able to categorize as legends. He's fighting, you know who we call legends? Do you know who we refer to as legends? When we get a new WWE game, when we get, what's it called? Raw 2026 next year. You know who's a legend in that game? You know who the DLC? You could get Andre the Giant. Yeah. You could get Macho Man Randy Savage, Sting, Lex Luger. Those are legends. You could be Doink. That's a legend. So when you call someone a legend killer, you're saying, man, he's really good at beating the dudes that, they've been around so long that they've already been able to amass such a reputation. They've been fighting, they had all these fights and they won this title and they had this defense and they had that, they were the BMF and then so they've been fighting for years and years and they already have this massive reputation that, so this dude just started here and they did and then he beat them and now he like absorbs all their power? Is that how that works? Is this an anime? Is that how MMA works? That's like 1 billion times worse than MMA math. This is MMA anime. And I don't even care that it's illiterate. That's bonus points. This is MMA anime. Are you kidding me? And you're over there behind your keyboard so confident. You're so confident. Spilled, aged like milk. What do you got to say now? MMA anime, homeboy? Legend killer is not a compliment. Now, I'm going to say something that I just said in my paywall videos. I just uploaded a video on my Patreon, and this isn't a plug. I'm not trying to get new members. That's not what I'm doing right now. If you wanted to become a member, you know how to do it, okay? That's not what this is about right now, though. But because I upload daily videos Monday through Friday, every single day is a new video. I just uploaded a video like an hour ago talking about this. So I'm not going to say it word for word because I'm not going to disrespect my patrons or the people on my YouTube membership because it's also on there. But Patreon helps, so I make more on there. So I try to steer people that way. People are talking about Topuria as if he should clearly be number 1 pound for pound, which is crazy. But that's the least of it. People are already saying Topuria should be number 1 pound for pound. Worse than that, they're saying, I don't even want to go as far as saying that he's the GOAT, but he's already in the GOAT conversation. And of course it makes sense because who does everyone pretty unanimously already decide who it is, even though it should be Khabib Nurmagomedov? They say John Jones. Do you think the UFC wants John Jones to be considered the GOAT right now? Until they find out that Topuria is leaving some lady in a crash car with no pants, they don't want John Jones in the news. They want to replace it with a new face, a young face, an ethnic face. That's really good for business right now. They're already putting him in the GOAT conversation, saying that he has the best 3-fight streak win they've ever seen. These are people that just started watching it. These are like all the people that started watching MMA when Conor McGregor started fighting. This is the best 3-fight streak they've ever seen. Have you heard of Bas Rutten? Have you heard of BJ Penn? Have you heard of Tank Abbott? Are you kidding me? It's not that hard to knock out a dude that drops his guard. Anybody it's gonna look real good when some basketball player does a windmill dunk when no one's guarding him. It is not difficult to chin someone when they go like this for you. They were basically participating in a 2-man kata. And the other dude knew it was time to put his hand down. Clink, new face of MMA. Who's John Jones? Best 3-fight win streak they've ever seen. Topuria has not fought one person in his prime. I apologize to my patrons and my members right now, okay? It's a little different. Topuria has not defeated one person in their prime. From the moment he entered the UFC, he's fighting people like him, newbies, prospects, people that never even had a prime. They didn't even have a prime. They never got there. They never reached their potential. They're those dudes that don't really have a character. You know, the early WWF, they're those dudes that didn't even really have a character. They were just a worker. They were just somebody to help build the name of the guy that was going to come up and be marketable. These dudes that he beat when he first came in, by the way, his first fight had to go to decision. He did not look that good, and this was against a nobody. I don't even remember the dude's name. Yusef Rodriguez or something like that. I don't know. Yusef Gamboa. I have no idea. Dudes that never even had a prime. And then Bryce Mitchell. Bryce Mitchell got 10-7 by diarrhea. He got 10-7 by a case of diarrhea. Glorified Ryan Hall. Josh Emmett. The only prime Emmett has ever had came straight from Logan Paul. The only prime Josh Emmett has ever had is his source of hydration. Are you kidding me? Volkanovski's prime was between 2019 and 2023. He left his prime in the cage during that first fight with Makhachev, which he won. Big Volkanovski fan, don't forget. I'm just so truthful. I'm so truthful, it leads you to believe that I'm a hater. I'm so truthful. I'm so truthful. It has led you to believe that I'm a John Jones fan. I could not detest John Jones more, but I'm so truthful. I have led you to believe. I'm like that Michael Jordan commercial. I'm sorry that I made it look easy. I'm sorry that I led you to believe that I'm a John Jones fan just because of how truthful I am. I'm sorry that I led you to believe that I'm a Kamaru Usman fan because I told you he was going to win when everyone else thought that Buckley was too young, too strong, too fast. But I'm so truthful you thought that I was an Usman fan when I can't stand that fool. I'm so truthful. I'm so truthful that I led you to believe that I'm a Volkanovski hater when I've always been one of his biggest fans. I told you I'm a Volkamaniac. But Volkanovski left his prime in that cage with Makhachev during the first fight, of which he won. Max Holiday's prime was between 2018 and 2021. Oliveira's prime was long before he was ever champion. And I know I'm going to have to explain that one to you. I understand that I have to hold your hand. I understand that I make breakdowns and I do streams and I make very thorough, very detailed videos, and I still have people in here confused. I still have people in here saying things like cope. My words fall on deaf ears. These fools don't have eyes to see or ears to hear. It's the blind leading the blind. They're out there listening to Luke Thomas. They're listening to Ariel Helwani. These fanboys with the UFC in their pockets. Ariel Helwani, Luke Thomas, Charles Sonnen, all these dudes are wearing cargo shorts. They're wearing cargo shorts. They need extra pockets so that Dana can fit into all of them. These fools are out here rocking cargo shorts. They're walking around carrying satchels. I remove the pockets off of all of my pants to make a statement. It's a visual statement. None of my clothing even have pockets. I have to keep the Ridge wallet in my chancla. Charles Oliveira, his prime took place long before his title reign. And I know that's hard for you to understand, being in the position that you're in, with all the propaganda that circulates constantly. Charles Oliveira's prime was long before he won the title or defended it. He defended it against a bunch of broken men. Dudes that had already experienced the wrath of Khabib Nurmagomedov. Dudes that were leftovers from Bellator. All the dudes that Oliveira went through. And I love Oliveira. I'm so truthful that I've led you to believe that I'm an Oliveira hater. All the dudes that Oliveira faced to get and to defend the title past their prime. Shells of what they used to be. All of these dudes were past their prime. But there's fools out here thinking that Topuria is winning and he's absorbing all of this power like if he's some kind of Megazord. That's not how it works, fool. Topuria is beating dudes that were already on their way out. These are dudes that you know, like they were saying that John Jones should have done, but he did it. These are all dudes that are passing the ladder down. These are all dudes that are putting them over. And they're getting paid for it. Ooh, yeah. They're getting paid for it. You better believe that. Ooh, yeah.